Welcome to The Explainer. Let's dive right into June 14th, 1940, a devastating day that literally altered history. The most beautiful city in the world was about to change hands, and crazy enough, without a single fight. Just 4 days earlier, the French government totally abandoned Paris, packing up their files and fleeing south. Why? Paris was declared an open city. This meant surrendering without combat to protect it from absolute destruction. No military resistance, no street fighting. They handed it over completely intact to save those iconic, irreplaceable monuments. So by 5:30 a.m., German advance units crept in. They found those usually bustling streets just eerily empty. A staggering 2 million people, literally half the city's population, had already fled in sheer terror. The roads were totally choked with refugees, families pushing carts, crying kids, exhausted elderly folks just walking. It's hard to imagine, but this desperate scramble was the absolute greatest exodus in all of French history. Fast forward to 9 a.m. The ultimate symbol falls. The German flag is raised right over the Eiffel Tower. German soldiers were actually acting like tourists, snapping photos of each other at Notre Dame and the Arc de Triomphe. Get this, by noon, a German military band was already playing a triumphant concert at the Place de l'Opéra. Then, that very afternoon, Adolf Hitler flew into Paris for what would be his one and only visit. He took a quick tour of the opera, hit Napoleon's tomb, and looked out from Sacré-Cœur. The whole thing took just 3 hours, and remarkably, he never stepped foot in the city again. Meanwhile, over in London, a relatively unknown French general, Charles de Gaulle, made a historic BBC radio broadcast. He declared, "France has lost a battle, but France has not lost the war. The resistance was born." But here's the wild part. Almost nobody in France was actually tuned in to hear it. Still, the few who were listening definitely remembered those defiant words for years to come. So how did one barely heard broadcast sow the seeds for Europe's liberation? That's our next WWI Explainer.